Bande Matram, good morning, welcome all of you. The topic of this morning's discussion will be on the environment you create. That is the topic of discussion. This atmosphere you have to create because you have to go for the sadhana. You are pursuing the integral yoga. So the thing is that you have to create the atmosphere. You don't complain that this is happening, that is happening, I can do, mother will come and do everything for you. Her blessings is there, no doubt of it. You can take the example of this Bibhisana. He knew, he was well aware that I am a devotee of Lord Rama, whose better half, her counterpart, his wife, has been stolen by his elder brother Ravana, who is a furious demon. And he has to march ahead. He has to create the environment because nothing can be done. He has to create everything of his own. That is why you can remember Bhakta Prahlada. So devotee of the Lord Narayana Vishnu, but his father belongs to the Lord Shiva group. Anyway, this is a religious instinct. That groupism is there. We know there is absolutely no difference between your Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwar. They belong to the same overhead God. That there is no difference, but anyway, the picking up picking up this choice is depending upon the person who is really choosing. That is what is really the problem. Anyway, he had to go. He can't stop. Anyway, he has to create the atmosphere. Anyway, God's divine help is there, divine grace is there. But thing is that you have to create your own atmosphere. You have to create your surrounding. That is what is required. Anyway, we'll try to read something up from the mother, how she really tries to explain what is her message. We can know environment, everything depends upon the personality and nature and the consciousness of the sadhaka. So accordingly he can create his atmosphere. You can't say somebody went to the mother and complained, mother, I can't do sadhana here, try to change room. Why? What is the problem? No, there is a sawmill, it is disturbing. That sound is disturbing me again and again. I can do meditation properly. So try to change the surrounding. Mother quotes, no, no, this is not good. Because changing the situation, it does not mean that all everything favorable will come to you. That is not the real solution. You have to create the atmosphere. See mother's quotings like this. When you will meditate even among the sound of the running train, that sound will be coming, but and you will not be getting disturbed. That is what the true process. And you have to do the thing when you feel the world around me is not is adverse. It is not the world really that is adverse, but the thing is that some adversity is among you. When you look being specked with a red color speck, so the world will appear to you like a red, nothing like this, because the world's color is as usual, it does not change. But thing is that as you have put on a red speck, the world seems to you something like red. And the mother is having a nice observation on you. If you see something wrong in somebody else around you or before you, beneath you, beside you, then that is not the thing that is truly really existing in it, the surrounding. But the thing is that everything exists in yourself, in your eyes. For that, with that mission, with that vision, you are finding something wrong, and the world becomes adversary. Most of the time we keep complaining, this is bad, he is good, he is like this. It is nothing like this. Everything is the same as per the nature and consciousness. Things have been arranged, and you have been given the surrounding, and even you have been alerted the environment that is suitable for you. The divine knows your nature, your characteristic as expected, as reliable, as suitable. This atmosphere have been surrounded. So you have to create something of your own. When one newborn baby is coming, so that atmosphere is created because he has to do nothing, but actually his soul, psychic being is having that much prominent. It is coming to the front and it can do something miracle. And the second thing, so when some newly wedded girl, bride, is coming to the sasural, so in-laws, father-in-law's house, naturally she has to create the atmosphere. Father, mother, your relatives, your friends, your elderly, they have given one sanskar. They have just given a teaching, so that you can be able to adjust with all the circumstances, all the situations. You have to create there. You will be totally new to the surrounding because you nobody knows what is the new surrounding. Simply somebody has given a proposal, or you have given your put your biodata in the material matrimony, and there itself somebody is chosen and you are going to the totally new atmosphere. You don't know, nobody knows, even not your father or your relatives or your friends. There itself you have to go, you have to see, you have to stay, you have to manage everything of your own. Anyway, we are going to see a few things what have been told on the atmosphere you create, the environment you create, the surrounding you create. So I can give another example also here, that is a bright example. Some when there was a slum, so dogs were staying, poor people were staying something like a busty, some slum. So one rich man came and he purchased some land. He thought, I will display my ego. He constructed a big, huge building, something like 5-storied, 7-storied building, all of a new design. Everything was there, chakmak, jagmak, everything was packed with that glittery. Dazzled, glittered, everything you can find. And night, when the slum people were sleeping in the deep night, putting up the light near the slum, that drain. So this man wanted to put on all that this bright light, imported light, whatever were put inside and outside the room, and he slept. But actually, problem, after some time he was found all the mosquitoes, all the insects are coming inside, getting attracted by the bright light, and actually disturbing him, smiting him throughout the night, and he is not able to sleep. That's what he could find. And the very day, he came on to the window and peered out. He found the world is normally sleeping, they are enjoying like anything, but the problem is they are lying with this person. Then next day he decided that I have to create my environment. If I will be happy, then naturally you see other people, they will be jealous, they will hate me, they won't be in order, and things will get disharmony in disharmonized. So you have to create your atmosphere. That is what. If you want to create the world, try to create yourself. You change the If you want to change the world, try to change yourself. Be the change you want to see. That's what that environment you have to create. Nothing has been done. No, royal road is put to the yoga sadhana, but you have to create something of your own, and of course not of your human egoistic nature, but the thing is that with the divine will and divine grace. Mother quotes here, you carry with you, around you, in you, the atmosphere created in your action. So many things have been told in this small message, one single line. Carry with you, you carry with you, around you, in you, the atmosphere. That is what. With you, around you, and in you, the atmosphere, by your action. And what you do is beautiful, good, and harmonious. So beautiful, good, and harmonious. Your atmosphere is beautiful, good, and harmonious. That is what. Your atmosphere is beautiful, good, and harmonious. On the other hand, that is what you have to create. On the other hand, if you live in a sordid selfishness, unscrupulous self-interest, ruthless bad will, again three. So instead of staying in the very goodness, beautiful, that atmosphere of with all beautiful, good, and harmonious, instead of staying there, if you are choosing the atmosphere, sordid selfishness, Then unscrupulous self-interest, ruthless bad will. What you will breathe every moment in life and the means of misery, constant uneasiness. So that is what as you sow, so you reap. That is what. If the atmosphere is good, you will move forward in a very cheerful way. If you are ugly in your thoughts, feelings, and then naturally you will find some misery, constant uneasiness. So, Mother quotes this uneasiness, but this ugliness, it actually despairs of the own ugliness. Own ugliness you can find. This, it means ugliness that despairs its own ugliness. Beautiful ugliness that despairs of its own ugliness. That is what. And in the next phase of the discussion, Mother goes a little bit forward. So that is for that you have to create everything of a positive sign, of a very bright side. Something like you have chosen beautiful, good, and harmonious. Don't choose something that is really selfish, packed with selfishness, unscrupulous self-interest, and a ruthless bad will. That will be harmful to you in your sadhana. Again, in the next phase of discussion, Mother puts forward when you are good, when you are generous, and the second noble and disinterested, kind. So you create around you and a particular atmosphere, and this atmosphere is a sort of luminous release. That's what is the requirement. Very beautiful. When you are good, when you are generous, noble, disinterested, kind. So many things have been told. Good, generous in second, then third, noble for disinterested. Five is your kind. So you create in you, around you, in you, and around you. What a particular atmosphere, and this atmosphere is some sort of luminous release. So when everything goes well, you are full, you are creating everything of your generous, noble, disinterested kind. You are good. Then you will create the atmosphere in you and around you, which is the atmosphere of luminous release. That will bring a big thing for you. You breathe, you blossom again. You breathe, you blossom like a flower in the sun. There is no painful recoil. Very interesting. When everything is surrounded and packed with cheerfulness, you breathe and you blossom like a flower in the sun. And there is no painful recoil on yourself. No, bitterness, no revolt, no misery. That is what. Absolutely, you will find everything joyfulness, everything is you breathe and blossom like a flower, and you can recoil on yourself. No bitterness, no revolt, no misery like this. So no painful recoil also. Spontaneously, naturally, the atmosphere becomes luminous. Already Mother has got us spent already this luminous, and the air you breathe will be full of happiness. That is what, if it is there, you will be something blossom like a flower in the sun. You will breathe and you blossom like a sun. Everything goes cheerful, and there is no revolt, no bitterness, no misery. Spontaneously you can feel the luminousness. You breathe full of happiness. That's what you can find. That atmosphere has been created, and this is the air in you that you breathe, because you have created. Suppose around you there is, you have created orchard, one garden. So naturally this but you can breathe very bright and colorful smell. And in your body and out of your body, the waking state or in the state of sleep, whatever you can find. So you can find in life and in the passing beyond life again. So in outer earthly life or in your new life, so you can find there is a better atmosphere, better chillness, better luminosity, You can find in awaking state or in the state of sleep, in life and the passage beyond life, outside earthly life or in the new life, in the body or out of in the body. This air you can find, this luminosity, this gorgeousness, that is very much particular, but thing is that you have to create that. So already that example is given how you are decorating your house. If it is packed with gardens, these flowers are blossoming, that beautiful spot, neat and clean. So naturally that cheerfulness will come. If on the other hand, if you keep everything unpleasant, unsuitable, naturally there will be suffering you can find. So every wrong action produces on the consciousness the effect of wind. If any wrong action you are taking, any wrong action produces on the consciousness the effect of a wind that withers, of a cold that breezes, or of the burning flame that consume. Very interesting. Every wrong action, everything will be destroyed with your wrong action, wrong idea, wrong thinking, like this. Every wrong action produces a consciousness, the effect of a wind that withers, and the second, that cold that freezes, and or of that burning flames that consume. So for that you must be very much conscious. And finally, mother is having a very um, pleasant conclusion with this. Every good and kind deed brings light, refreshfulness, joy. Every good and kind deed. So you can find another three that work, good or bad, kind or unkind, anything can be. But if it is a combination of good and kind, remember, any deed, every deed, what is kind and good, that brings, light, joyfulness, resentfulness, and joy. The sunshine, again the sunshine in which the flowers bloom. So the action must be good, that a thought must be good, the idea must be good, that a proposal must be good, and your adventure must be successful. There is no doubt of it. The sunshine in which in which the flowers bloom. So you have to create your atmosphere of your own. That is a big thing and big challenge. Bande Mataram.